I feel sad every time that I look myself in the mirror and I look perfectly competent and I am not. And that's why I don't like to look myself in the mirror. I just wish I could continue serving my country, but I can't.
A lot of people with brain injuries look like you and me. But there's an invisible wound. And it's not only a wound in the brain, it injures the whole person. And we fail to recognize that sometimes. Some people are called the walking wounded because they can walk, they can talk. You will not even know they had a brain injury. Over the next few years, even after the war ends, we will see a lot of people with traumatic brain injuries from this war.
At the beginning, I don't even know, to be honest, how did I become pregnant. Obviously, I became pregnant. But right now is talking about when I became pregnant and then when I was pregnant and I delivered the baby and, having the baby in my arms and everything, it's just sort of just a story for me. It's just a story. So that's what we do at night. We look at the pictures. When we first started watching or looking at the album, I couldn't recognize people in the pictures. So Sandra, she points and she names people in the pictures.
It's very cold, the water.
Was it cold?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, that was cold.
I don't remember how I got injured. I just have the facts. I was in a convoy and it was a head-on collision. Don't having the memory of what happened is a struggle. But what I have is records and people telling me, you were in an accident in Iraq, you were in an accident in Iraq. So eventually, of course, when people ask me, I automatically answer, I was in an accident in Iraq.
My name is Sergeant Daniel Osborne. I'm with the Army, currently active duty, and I'm serving with 1st Cavalry Division. Up until the end of this last deployment, I was their senior sniper. Deployed to Iraq 3 times, spent most of that time on all 3 deployments in Baghdad. Very interesting country. I have a lot of respect for the people there and their culture. The math in my line of work it's one of the more crucial points because you've got to be able to calculate your distance traveled, being able to estimate the wind, being able to calculate the ballistic arc versus the difference in elevation from where you're shooting to where your target is. One of those figures is off. It can mean the difference between hitting and missing your target altogether. My math skills aren't nearly as strong as they were. That and my eyesight isn't nearly as sharp as it used to be. And after the head injury, I've got double vision that's getting worse. Pretty much self-explanatory. You don't want to be trying to decide between which of the 2 targets you need to hit. In most cases, you only get one opportunity to make that shot. And in most cases, a lot of people are counting on you to put that bullet where it's supposed to be. Glad I got to do it, but on the other hand, I'm glad it's over.
With my self-esteem being down, I was at a party one time. It was like a bar grill type atmosphere. I was talking to a young lady at that time. So we were having a great conversation, and I was sweating bullets, because at that time, my stuttering was so bad. And then her friend comes along, I guess she was a little bit drunk. And I'm never gonna forget this. She said, she sat down right next to her friend. She said, "Why are you talking to this guy? Why are you talking to a slow guy? He's kind of slow." So, as soon as she said that, of course, it just put everything to a halt. I got up, I just said, it's nice meeting you. I've been in the civilian world, going about maybe almost 4 weeks now. I've been, to look for a job, I've been searching online, calling job ads. To be honest with you, it's tough.
My name is Sergeant Retired Robert Briggs, and I served with the 224th Engineers. I actually joined in '92, and I was there 16 years. My job, when we found out we was getting deployed, I was an equipment operator for the Iowa Department of Transportation. I ran a maintainer a lot, blade and shoulders, plowed a lot of snow, a lot of ice. Our primary mission in Iraq was to remove roadside bombs from the side of the road as being combat engineers. It was a little bit dangerous.
There's a scale that's used, and it basically breaks down traumatic brain injury based on the severity of the injury, or what we can say about the severity of the injury that the person had. And depending on how poorly they score on that, the person might be stratified as mild, moderate, or severe.
The day I was injured, we were in Ramadi, Iraq. They fired 3 rockets in on us, and I don't remember anything after that. I lost my right eye, and I lost this whole half of my skull. And I actually left gray matter laying in the sand. Of course, if you ask my wife, that's my smart half.
You looked at him when you walked in at Walter Reed, and you didn't know if it was him or not. He was so blown up. I mean, his face was huge, his arms, his legs, his feet, and he was, on life support.